Hi, welcome to Airekc Gaming. These are my first several hours playing the game Valheim. The character build was pretty basic and I came up with a manly character who didn't look generic at all. Ladies and gentlemen, the bald, the bearded and beautiful Cupcake. A mystical crow woman with glowing eyes carried me down to the center of Stonehenge. We were flying through the tail end of a storm and it wasn't until I landed I was able to get a good look at the area. It was actually kinda pretty. Night Owl had already built nearby, so I went to go check out his progress. He had a couple-hour head start on me. After all, this is his server. I needed to advance the character as soon as possible, and I figured a base was the best place to begin my Valheim adventures. Now, I did watch a tutorial going over Valheim's building mechanics, but I'm no stranger to the grind of resourcing in survival games. I immediately got to work chopping wood, collecting stones, gathering berries. I even managed to take down a couple of deer with an axe. Finding a place to set up base was pretty easy. I didn't know the area at all, or any of its points of interest, so I ended up building right next to where I spawned. Also right next to Night Owl. The tutorial instructed me to build a sheltered workbench before building the permanent base. Having a roof over the workbench will give you full base building options. Without a roof, the workbench was very limited. So there you go, that's my tip. I have just come out of playing 200 hours on Rust and was still in that game's mindset when I began building this base. At this point, I didn't even know the middle mouse button could destroy walls, so please go easy on me. I am aware this is a crap base. Now that I have a base built, it's time for weapons and armor. I need to focus on hunting. What little I could tell from the tech tree is that I'm going to need a lot of leather and scraps to craft essential items. That being said, the next few in-game days were spent in the woods, tracking down deer and boar, killing them so I can harvest their skin. I didn't have a bow yet, so creeping up and using the sneak attack bonus was my best bet to take down a prey. Every once in a while, I'd startle the animal with a spectacular miss and have to chase it across the map, only to miss again. Within an hour or so, I was able to collect a shit ton of leather, expand the base, and craft a new set of armor. I was becoming one barbaric badass. I didn't have enough material for a bow. I've got to hunt some more. I figured with the new gear set, I could venture outside the safety bubble of our shire to gather the leather scrap. The enemies were all lower level, and I was a little OP for them. It didn't matter though. The resistance helped me become more familiar with the controls and the enemy's attack patterns. I did finally get that bow. And what a shot. Night Owl and I decided to take a break from the grind, so we found a lake and gave our sea legs a try. We must have looked like a couple of dipsticks trying to get that raft to move. Now that we mastered the controls of the raft, we were off to sail the 7 seas. Or so we thought. The wind died almost immediately, leaving us stranded in the middle of the pond. Idiots. The beach area was peaceful and I really enjoyed being by the water. I liked it so much, I built another base. I mean, come on. Great view, great sunset. While I was constructing my second base, Night Owl summoned and defeated the first big boss of the game. When I asked him about the battle and how it went, his reply made it sound quick and easy. All I needed was 2 deer heads to sacrifice and a big shield. No problem. I had all of that and began my way up the hill. This would be my first big boss battle of the game, and I, having confidence in my new bow and arrow, felt compelled to take it down. I sacrificed the 2 deer heads on the altar, the sky went red, and the wind began to howl. It was an obvious sign the big boss was approaching. I waited. I waited. I waited. Had a snack. Looking at the inventory at the top of my screen, I did the math. I knew I started with 9 deer heads, and now I only had 7. The altar did take 2 heads. I thought, maybe I was halfway there, and Night Owl meant I needed to make 2 sacrifices using a total of 4 deer heads. So I made a second sacrifice. The mystical altar lit up again, and I ran off to take cover. And there it was. The beast fell from the sky, and it was time to fight. Everything seemed to be going well. This was until I got hit from behind. There are 2 of them. That meant because I made 2 sacrifices, I also summoned 2 demon deers from hell. From this point on, I was just screwed. Okay, my first mistake was making 2 sacrifices, but my second mistake was heading to my body to get my stuff back. I thought the battle was over. No, they were still right there. My third and final mistake was thinking the deer were confined to the active area and could not follow me home. So I got out a distance, or so I thought, put on my armor and ran home. Shit. I went to Night Owl for help. He wasn't home. They were damaging his base. My only option was to pull them away from the bases to prevent any further damage and address the issue directly. It was a slog. Hey there, Night Owl. Surprise. After a 20-minute fight and a billion lives later, we had finally won. I walked up to the informational crow to see what the hell he had to say to me. I was hoping for a congratulations or some form of affirmation, but instead he gave me further instructions to complete the mission. I wasn't having it, nor was I in the mood. I was tired and done for the day. And that was how I ended my first few hours of Valheim.